If you're like most people, you've asked yourself why somebody would choose to literally blow themselves up with a bomb in their underwear while they're sitting on an airplane. Now, let me tell you what I've been learning about Umar Farouk Abdulmutallab. Lonely, confused, unsure about his faith, anxious about school, not a lot of friends. What I've been telling you about is part of a self-portrait. It's painted by this young man now locked up for allegedly trying to blow up a passenger jet on Christmas Day. We've been going through a stack of emails and forum postings that have been written about Abdulmutallab, some dating back to when he was just 18 years old. I've got one for you here. Listen to this. I have no one to speak to. I feel depressed and I feel lonely. I think this loneliness leads me to other problems. Many of these quotes, many of these emails were obtained by the Washington Post. And then there's this. This is an intimate description of this would-be mass killer from somebody who knew him. CNN's Mary Snow spent much of the day looking for somebody who really could tell us about Abdulmutallab, somebody who really knew him. And as you're about to see in this report, she found him.
Efamina Mokady is having a hard time making sense of how his former schoolmate, Umar Farouk Abdulmutallab, could now be a suspected terrorist. Mokady, who's from Nigeria, is seen here as a student. He went to the same school as Abdulmutallab in the West African nation of Togo. When you heard this news, what was your reaction?
I was shocked and I was surprised and I didn't believe it at first till I saw more photographic images which showed that this was a student that I went to this was a student I went to school with. So once I saw that, I was like, man, this is unbelievable. This is out of this world. We would have never guessed.
What was he like?
He was a peaceful person. He was a friendly person, sociable, and someone, if you had a problem, you can always go and talk to. And he was always willing to help students. And a lot of teachers in the school also liked him because he was also an intelligent kid.
Was he a religious kid?
He was a devout religious person. He worshiped. Religion was one of the key aspects of his life, and he was someone that always prayed and followed the traditions of his religion.
Was there anything that he ever talked about that made you think that he was somewhat of a radical at all?
Nope, never.
Mokady, who's 20, says he last saw Abdulmutallab in 2007 when Mokady left Nigeria to come to the U.S. He describes the boarding school he attended with Abdulmutallab in Togo as a small elite school. He says while the two mostly talked about basketball, they sometimes did discuss religion. Mokady is a Christian and says he did ask Abdulmutallab questions about negative perceptions about Islam.
What we saw on TV was people portraying them as bad people. And, that's what led me to the curiosity even to talk to him and ask him, is it true? And he said, no. If you ever see me come to school with with a bomb or something, nah, it's always peace. That's what the main philosophy of general is about Islam.
Mokady says in the last few days he's been keeping in touch with former schoolmates on Facebook.
They were all shocked. Some of them are terrified. Some of them don't want to talk about it. Some of them are like, I can't believe it. Some of them are like, wow, this is unbelievable. Some of them said, at first some of them don't even want to believe that's him.
Mokady says he last saw Abdulmutallab in 2007 and never kept in touch with him after that. Mary Snow, CNN, New York.